Hello students, welcome to revision section part 3. In this video, we will discuss questions based on fungi, viruses, viroids and lichens from chapter number 2, biological classification. This is question number 1. Give the names of 4 classes of fungi and write the nature of Mycelia present in them. Fungi are heterotrophic organisms, means they are dependent on the others for the food material. They cannot make their own food. And they are classified into 4 classes. Number 1 is Phycomyositis. किस तरह के mycelium होते हैं Phycomyositis में? In this, mycelium is aseptate and branched. And you can see in the diagram, mycelium एक continuous tube की form में है and many nucleus are present in the cytoplasm. Means it is multinucleated. And we can call them as cenocytic hyphae or aseptate hyphae. Second class is Escomycetes, third is Basidiocar and fourth is Deuteromycetes. इन तीनों classes में किस type के mycelium होते हैं? In all these 3 classes, mycelium is septate. See the diagram. You can see septa or cross walls between the nucleus in the hyphae. So, these 3 classes have septate mycelium. Question number 2. Name the class of fungi represented by each of the following. A part of question देखिए क्या है? Sexual reproduction occurs but sex organs are absent. It is in Basidiomycetes class. No sex organs are present and sexual reproduction takes place by plasmogamy, where protoplasm of 2 vegetative cells or somatic cells fuse and give rise to basidium. B part of the question. There is no sexual reproduction takes place. In class Deuteromycetes, no sexual reproduction is there. C part of the question. A zygospore is formed by fusion of gametangia. It is in Phycomycetes, where 2 gametangia fuse and form zygospore. D part of the question. There is no formation of asexual spores. It is in class Basidiomycetes, where no asexual spores are formed. Come to question number 3, part A. In a few fungi, during sexual reproduction, the 2 haploid cells do not immediately result in a diploid 2N cell formation. Name this intervening condition and phase of the fungus. The intervening condition is called as dikaryon. देखिए क्या होता है यहाँ पर 2 haploid cells fuse करते हैं and single cell is formed, लेकिन दोनों cells के nucleus अभी separate हैं. They have not yet joined. Diagram में देखिए A diagram. There is a cell having 2 nuclei and it is N plus N stage and it is called as dikaryon stage and the phase is called as dikaryophase. Now B part of the question. Name 2 symbiotic association of the fungi. The 2 symbiotic association of fungus are number 1 lichens, where algae and fungus live together for the benefit of each other, and second is mycorrhiza, where fungus live with roots of some higher plants, and you can see both in figures. Number 1 figure is lichen and number 2 is mycorrhiza. Question number 4. Name the asexual spores in Escomycetes and in Phycomycetes. In Escomycetes, the asexual spores are conidia, develop on conidiophore. See the diagram. Conidia are developing on special mycelium called as conidiophore. And in Phycomycetes, asexual spores may be zoospores, which are motile or which show movement, and maybe aplanospore, which are non-motile or which do not have movements. So, you can see both zoospores and aplanospores in diagram. Question number 5. Differentiate between Escocar and Basidiocar. Escocar are found in class Escomycetes. See the diagram of Escocar carefully and note point number 1. They are fruiting body having ascus, and each ascus produce 8 ascospores. You can see 8 ascospores in the diagram. And these sexual spores or ascospores develop endogenously, means they develop inside the ascus. Now come to Basidiocar. They are found in class Basidiomycetes. See the diagram. Here the fruiting body is Basidiocarp and it has basidium. And each basidium produce 4 basidiospores. You can see in the diagram 4 basidiospores are developing from single basidium. And these basidiospores develop exogenously, means externally or means outside basidium surface. So these are the difference between the Escocar and Basidiocar. Question number 6. Name a virus that has A. Single-stranded RNA as genetic material. Answer is tobacco mosaic virus. See the diagram. It has single-stranded RNA and a protein coat called capsid, having many subunits called as capsomer. B part of the question. Double-stranded DNA as genetic material. It is bacteriophage, which has double-stranded DNA as genetic material. Second part of the question. Draw labeled diagram of them. Draw both diagram as shown and label important parts as given. Question number 7. Dash showed that viruses could be crystallized. W. M. Stanley in 1935 showed that viruses could be crystallized and consist of largely proteins. Question number 8. Dash discovered viroids. In 1971, T. O. Danier discovered new infectious agent smaller than virus and called them as viroids. Question number 9. Contagium vivum fluidum was proposed by Dash. M. W. Biznek in 1898 demonstrated that extract of infectious plants of tobacco could cause disease in healthy plants and called it as Contagium vivum fluidum, which means infectious living fluid. Question number 10. Give one evidence to show that viruses are smaller than bacteria. Answer is viruses pass through bacterial proof filters. Thus they are smaller than bacteria. Question 11. The fungi living on the dung of animals are described as coprophilous. They grow on dung. You can see the picture of coprophilous fungi which grow on dung of animals. Question number 12. Colectotrichum belongs to class. They belong to class Deuteromycetes. And note, Alternaria and Trichoderma also belongs to Deuteromycetes. Question number 13. List 4 points of differences between viruses and viroids. See both given diagram and check the differences between the virus and viroids. Number 1. In viroids, they do not have protein coat, but this protein coat is present in the virus. Number 2nd difference. In viroids, RNA is free and is infectious, while in viruses, infectious material is RNA or DNA and is genetic material. Third difference देखिए, viroids are smaller than viruses and viruses are comparatively larger. Fourth difference is RNA of viroids is of low molecular weight, while in viruses RNA is of higher molecular weight. So these are the 4 differences between the viroids and viruses. Question number 14. Fungi are cosmopolitan, means they are found everywhere. Write the role of fungi in your daily life. See all diagrams number 1, 2, 3 and 4 and note down the role of fungus in our daily life. Number 1, fungus like agaricus, they are edible, we eat them and are used as food. Number 2, it is yeast and it is used for making bread and it is also used for making beer and alcohol. Number 3 is penicillium and it is used for making antibiotics. And number 4 are fungus used as decomposers, help in breaking dead organic matter into simpler substances. Question number 15. Fungus used in biochemical and genetic work. It is Neurospora, which is used in biochemical and genetic work. Next part of the question is, name fungus causes wheat rust. It is Puccinia, which causes wheat rust. And you can see both of them in the diagram given. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.